So in the process of doing this last week, I asked you to email that picture to yourself and to locate that now and get it. We're going to get it out of your email and into your R drive. Okay? If you're in my Monday, Wednesday class, I've had you create a folder on the R drive that says EdTech. You probably want to create another folder that's just for this work, for just Friday's work. And so you can create that folder and you can call it EdTech Friday, but it's really not EdTech. You could call it Friday class. You could call it EDUC 3001 Friday, something like that that's going to signal to you this is the work that's Friday work. And this will help you organize your work and keep it from being mixed in with the Monday, Wednesday work. Okay? So that's my recommendation on that. Now, if you have not downloaded it from your email, raise your hand. Okay? Is there anyone that does not have their photo on the R drive? Raise your hand. Okay. So let's talk about that. So you're going to go to your email account. I'm just going to look over somebody's shoulder. You're going to raise your hand if you don't have yours there. Okay. So you're going to let's get mine set up for me. You're going to click, if you open your UA4 Smith email in Mozilla Firefox, you should see your photo attachment, and you've got two things, view or download. So click download. Now I'm just talking you through this. I'm not showing you this on the screen. And then you've got two options. And you want to save the file. And click OK. Now it just saved it under downloads. So we want to move it from downloads into the R drive. So go to the file folder, click on downloads, and you'll see your photo there. Right click on it and cut, or you may be able to just drag it and put it into the folder for Friday's work by pasting. Now, some of you had trouble with it being sideways, so we're going to talk about that in just a second. So raise your hand if you need help getting it out of your email and into the R drive. Everybody okay with that? All right, I'll be right there.
I've actually a slide friend just did it from my Dropbox just now.
Uh-huh.
That works. This is it.
Yeah, if you want to put it in Dropbox, that's fine too. Okay? We're going to talk about this in just a minute. Okay?
Okay, so
All right.
it's not gonna have to do it all.
Just close it out right now. I'll show you how to start. If you don't want to put it in your R drive, you could put it in Dropbox too. I don't care. Because we're about to put it into live text. You just need to be able to get to it. Give me just a second. Get everybody on the same page before we move on. Next thing we're going to do is try to picture, wherever it is, and I'm just going to use a pretend one for now. And when you locate your picture, right-click on it and open with Windows Photo Viewer. If you double-click on it, it's going to open it in something else. So that's why it's important that you go to right-click and open it in Windows Photo Viewer. Now, at the bottom of the screen, you've got a red X, and beside it, to the left of that red X, you've got two icons that are arrows. And one says control, one says rotate clockwise, and one says rotate counterclockwise. So you can click that and get your picture the way you want it, so that it's not sideways. Once you get it corrected, you need to save it though. So raise your hand if yours is sideways and it's not working. Okay? Okay, so close out of it for just a second. Right click, go to open with Windows Photo Viewer again. Okay, go up there to File, go over to open again. Open from Microsoft Office. Now, there you go. So now it's set file and save as. Sometimes, I don't know why, it won't, a photo viewer won't work. And so, we have to use Windows, we have to use something else. Okay? So raise your hand, anybody else that can't get theirs rotated. Didn't you raise your hand? Okay, right there, there are the little icons for moving it. And now go over to File and Save As. And save it into your archive. Okay, so raise your hand if you haven't got your picture straightened up. Okay? Now we're going to put it into live text, so that's why I'm kind of wanting to make sure everybody's with me. Okay, a couple of you haven't emailed it to yourself yet, and so you're behind on this, and I'll help you later toward the end of class. We'll backtrack and do this. Okay, so now I'm going to go to live text, and in live text, you've got to be careful with this. You're going to see assignments that are EDUC 3001, and if you're in the Monday, Wednesday class, you're also going to see 3002. If you're in another education class that uses live text, you're going to see assignments for that class. So you always need to be careful that you put this in the right place. Okay? So you're wanting to use 3001, and it should say 3001, Assignment 1, Pre-Professional Profile, Quadrant 4 Draft. Click Begin Assignment. Notice this is not due for 6 days. Okay? Now those of you that haven't emailed your picture to yourselves, you probably need to be following along with us in live text. Put that picture thing on hold and follow along in live text so that you don't get behind. We want to go to step 2 of 3, and we want to click Begin Using Template. And then you can see there's the template, and you're going to do these things. The directions are there for you. You're going to attach the photo of your flip chart under Images. You're going to write a summary, and you're not going to have a file that you attach. Okay? So everybody click Edit. Where it says Pre-Professional Profile, click Edit. and scroll down to Inserted Image and click Edit again. And we want to go find that photo of the flip chart. So we're going to click Upload a New File, Browse, and we want to find that photo in yours should be either in Dropbox or in your R drive. If it's in your R drive, it's easier. And you'll find it and attach it by clicking Open. It's going to take it a little while to load because it's a photo. And then once it loads, it shows you a preview of the picture. So who's seeing one that's turned sideways again? Anybody? Okay. If you're seeing one that's sideways, it's probably because you clicked the wrong file. You didn't click the most recently saved one that you had adjusted it so that it wasn't sideways anymore. You want to always change this display size to medium, and you always want to place it below text. So you'll click on the drop down arrow for display size and change it to medium and placement below text. Raise your hand if you need help with that. Now you're going to click Save and Finish. Now your flip chart should be below the directions. You with me? Raise your hand if yours is not below it. So when we say below text, we're referring to the text that's in the section editor. Okay? Now, you're not going to have a file that you attach. Click Edit again. And so right here where it says Inserted Image, you should see that you've inserted a file and it probably ends in JPG. You will not attach an actual file. But it will let you put that in the wrong place. So if you didn't see your picture a minute ago, it's because you attached it as a file instead of an image. Okay? So now, you're not going to attach a file, and you can just delete that set of directions. You've attached your photo, so you can delete that set of directions. And so what I want you to do now is to write a short summary about your flip chart. You remember last week when we went around and everybody talked about their flip chart? Courtney did hers today. So you shared things about yourself and why you put that on the flip chart. I want you to write a paragraph about that. I say a paragraph because it's probably going to be more than one sentence. So if you don't remember what you said last week, you may have to, fake it and make something new up. I want that paragraph to be a paragraph. We're not talking bullets. We're talking a more formal writing event. Okay? Write your paragraph. I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to just type what you said about your flip chart and get that documented, because at the end of the semester, we may not remember what we said about that flip chart. So I want you to get that opportunity to do that right now. Raise your hand if you didn't get to sign the clipboard. Okay? Those of you that didn't get your picture emailed to yourself, go ahead